Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. This post comes to you guys from Curtis Networks. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description, his X, so you guys can check him out and interact. What he noticed earlier, or what he spotted additional bandwidth for AT&T. So that's 100 megahertz on DoD and 80 megahertz on C-band in Morgantown, West Virginia. So what we know, AT&T's mid-band position increased on average nationwide quite severely. They got the EchoStar spectrum for $23 billion. They got the US Cellular spectrum for $1 billion. And then they got the sonic wave spectrum, which they can, in most parts of the country, they're going to be able to combine contiguous. There's going to be some fragmentation, but even that, with the research I've done and what I've been told with Columbia Capital, AT&T can fix that issue too. So this is a huge jump for AT&T. The speeds were about almost 1.3 gigs on the testing that's on screen. I've seen speeds as high as 2.4 gigs. So AT&T definitely is going to compete a lot differently as we head into 2026. They should be a lot more ambitious, a lot more, I don't even want to say fearless. They should be, the way they compete next year, so it should be a lot different. My opinion is they have to lower price in order to fill all this capacity. That's my opinion. And I think that's the only way that they can fill up that capacity. So that means different pricing for new plans next year. That should mean undercutting on business deals if needed to fill the capacity. AT&T is going to have a lot of capacity, a ton of capacity out there with this new mid-band that they have. In some areas, they're going to even have more mid-band on air than Verizon. For me, they'll have more mid-band on air. Verizon has 140 megahertz of C-band on air. AT&T will have, once it's all fully deployed, they'll have 170 megahertz of mid-band. So that's about, 30 megahertz more? And they're gonna have that advantage in a lot of areas. So that's a lot of capacity that AT&T is putting on air each and every week during maintenance windows. And it's going to lead to them having a much better performing network on downlink and uplink. They got to sell it. They have to sell them the capacity. They got to monetize it. So the deal that we talked about earlier today, the Toyota deal, that's a big deal for the car industry, but it's also a big deal for AT&T, again, monetizing the 5G network. That should be a big topic for AT&T heading into 2026. How do we monetize this capacity that we're putting on air? The teams know very well how much capacity they're going to generate. Even theoretically, they know how much. And they should be able to dictate how they want to compete going into 2026. It's going to look different. The way AT&T competes in 2026, in my opinion, is going to look a lot different in 2026 than it did in 2025. So just thought I'd share that with you guys. I'll leave a link to this post in the description so you guys can check it out. Like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned. See y'all in the next one. Peace.